Welcome to Durbania. I'm Durbin.
I'm Laura.
And we are going to spoiler talk, well, a little spoiler talk, the end of the first season of Stranger Things, and really do our predictions for the second season of Stranger Things. That's why this is labeled as a spoiler talk video, because even though we're talking about a season that hasn't even aired yet, we are going to spoil Stranger Things Season 1.
Yes, before there's any real trailers or anything like that where we see anything, we're going to give our predictions.
We got that one promo, which I think is pretty cool, but
yeah it's just words.
So we're going to talk about our current favorite show that we are very obsessed with, because Netflix released that quick promo that basically just said Season 2 and then had like 9 words come across, which I saw in somebody else's YouTube video today, that those are actually episode names. So we might get 9 episodes.
That was a prediction. We don't know for sure.
Yeah, I guess we don't really know for sure. I guess at this point, everything's all a rumor, except 2017 Season 2 will be here.
Yeah.
That's way sooner than I thought it was going to be.
Well, they're probably getting right to filming.
Yeah. Okay, so if you hadn't been forewarned, it is spoilers. So if you haven't seen Stranger Things, I am telling you, stop watching this video. Go watch Stranger Things. Come back to this video. Okay, here we go. We're going to blow Season 1, predict Season 2. Starting now. I wrote down 5 questions here because there's just 5 things that really have been kind of nagging at me since the show ended. I think there's been more, but these are the 5 that came to the forefront of my mind. Yeah. So, what do you think is going to happen with Will in Season 2? And Will's the kid who was captured and taken to the Upside Down, and they got him back at the end. And
do yours first. Let me think on mine.
Okay, so basically at the end of Season 1, we got this reveal that Will coughed up a slug.
Oh yeah.
And then he goes into the bathroom, and that's where he coughs it up in the sink.
And then he's normal afterwards.
No, he's not.
No, he comes out and
he's normal when he comes out, but while he's in the bathroom, all of a sudden, boom, the bathroom turns into the Upside Down, and boom, it's back.
And he sees the monster.
He's the monster. So I feel like in Season 2, Will is gonna start to be a little bit like 11. I think he's going to find that he can communicate with the Upside Down. I think he's going to be able to, at will, teleport into the Upside Down and come between the Upside Down and our realm. And I think he might develop a little telekinesis, which might mean this might be a season where 11 and Will become better friends because 11's
Well, they don't really know each other at all.
Yeah, not yet. But this is where I think 11 is going to try to help Will, hone his new powers, which I think is going to spark a little jealousy between the other kid.
But we don't know where 11 is.
Well, that's later in my questions.
Oh,
all right, so now I've gone. So what do you think is going to happen with Will?
So what I'm guessing right now is, so when Will, had that flash and he was in the Upside Down and then flashed back, the monster was there.
Oh, yeah.
And so he's seeing a reflection of what's in him and what's around him. And so I feel like really what's going to happen is he's going to have this connection to the Upside Down, and we're going to talk about it later, but where 11 is, but I have a feeling he'll be the one who's able to communicate back and forth with her wherever she is.
Oh, that's fascinating. Especially the part of the reflection and what's inside him.
Because he was at his sink, and I really hope the monster was there when he jumped to the Upside Down, right?
I don't remember.
Oh my gosh.
I don't remember. We've only watched it through once, and normally these things we need to watch it through again.
We're planning on doing that.
Well, either way,
that's
our predictions. I think hers is better. So, what do you think the deal was Sheriff Jim Hopper made? So at the end of Season 1, the sheriff made a deal with the government people so that they would back off Will and back off his family. And whatever happened, even when 11 went missing, they seemed to honor that deal.
Yeah, the only part of the deal that we know for sure was that the 3 kids leave safely and they can have 11.
Right.
But then they get there and it goes berserk, and because the monster comes in and kills all of them. So somebody left behind at the government facility obviously knew about the deal.
Yeah.
So what I think is, the sheriff is now in their pocket. He works for them, although he's still the sheriff, but he keeps everybody off of their radar. That's his job.
Interesting.
And I think because of that, he goes there, he's learning things, and because he knows about 11, he knows that she's still in the area that monster was. It might not be in the Upside Down that we know, but it might be in another parallel one that we don't know about. And so she's able to link over because the area was never destroyed that we know of that gets you in and out of the Upside Down.
So she might not be in the Upside Down. She might be in
she
the
might
sideways.
Be in another one.
And the sideways over.
Yeah.
And yeah, interesting. I kind of think.
I think mine's wrong, but I don't know. What I think.
Well, in all actuality, we're probably all going to be wrong.
Yeah.
But I kind of think, close to what you're saying, the sheriff will be in their pocket because he made a deal with them. So I think either way, that puts him in their pocket. I think that he will still be the sheriff of the town because as they jump like 6 months ahead,
he was still that.
Yeah, you still see him being the sheriff and stuff like that. So my prediction for the sheriff is that he actually goes on a weekly or daily basis, I don't know, but goes in with enough time to go in those little dunk takes, those sensory deprivation thingies, and they're starting to do these experiments on him. Oh. And maybe he might develop that ability through whatever they do to maybe communicate with the Upside Down, which is how I see you shaking your head.
I don't think so.
But come on, he gave her Agos at the end. He went to that lockbox and put Agos in it for 11, so maybe he could communicate with her mind.
Yeah.
So maybe,
okay. Maybe.
Maybe.
Honestly, we'll find out in 2017.
Yes, we will. Okay. I think you and I have both answered this, but it's still worth talking about. Did they get rid of all the creatures in the Upside Down?
Yes and no.
Why yes and a no?
Well, the main creature was him, the one that 11 destroyed at the end.
Yeah.
But no, because there were all those, people who were dead, and it looked like those people that were dead inside were incubators for new monsters. So that's what the slugs are. I feel like the slugs are like baby monsters potentially.
Why didn't I catch on to that? That them being captured with those monster tubes in their mouths, they're being turned into monsters.
Yeah, that was my guess because the way they're getting darker and turning
and then he coughed up the slug.
And he coughs up the slug.
This is probably obvious to all of you but me.
Yeah. So I feel that's my guess.
Right.
So were we going to talk about 11? Is that one of the questions?
We're going to get to 11, yes.
Okay, so then I'll save that point for later.
Wow. Not only did I not get as deep as you with that, this is how shallow I am. Of course they didn't get rid of all the creatures, because you need something for season 2.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. What do you think the government facility is going to do this season?
Oh, they're going to continue doing the same thing. The reason she's number 11 is because she was the 11th child they tried this on.
That's true.
So
does that make Sheriff 12, according to my theory?
Well, according to your theory, yes, but I've got a feeling there's more children down there.
Oh, interesting. Maybe he kidnaps children. No, that'd be awful. He wouldn't do that.
Well, she was a special case.
Yeah.
Because the mom was pregnant with her when she was going through these trials, and therefore she developed telekinesis. So maybe they'll be doing tests on pregnant mothers.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah. See, I don't know what the government facility would be doing this season because what would they do without 11? Like 11 was it seemed like the one that was the successful trial. And she was the one able to do what they needed to do, spying on other countries, spying on their plans and words.
But she was in a locked door room.
She was.
There could be other locked door rooms.
No, there could be. But that's why I'm saying she was the one that was successful because she was the only one we ever saw communicating with the interdimensional beings. The only one doing
the only reason we know she was successful is because she escaped.
That is also very, very true. So with the government facility this year, since they don't have 11 like they did last year, I think they have to do things differently. I think they have to do it.
Of course. Well, and half their people are dead, including the papa.
So the question is the door closed that was in their basement? And even if it's not, I doubt they'd go through that anytime soon.
Oh, I don't. I totally bet they would. Because
maybe.
The sheriff and Will's mom, oh my gosh, I can't think of what her name is. But
Winona Ryder, we'll just call her that.
Winona Ryder. When they came back.
That's true.
With their son. So wait a minute, the monster's dead. And now we can go through.
So they might be doing interdimensional experiments.
Yeah, that's what
And everybody's going to think their houses are haunted because government officials will be playing pranks.
Yeah. So based off of your theory, that's me piggybacking off of it, but I'm still sticking with my original one.
I like it. Now, I saved this one for last. And I saved it for last on purpose because 11 was my favorite character. So basically, what we saw of her in that last episode, she used her mind powers and her force powers and shoved that interdimensional monster up against that chalkboard. Everybody close their eyes. You kind of hear this explosion. You look, the monster's definitely exploded, and 11 is gone. So the question is, what happened to her?
You go first.
Okay.
Or unless you want me to.
No, I can go first. I just haven't thought it through that much because it's just so mysterious.
I'll tell you what I think. So basically, he doesn't know. Give him a minute to think. So what I think happened is, I think she stopped him. You saw how they all disintegrated into pieces, kind of a situation. I think 11 melted together with the monster. And so now this is kind of me going off the radar. I don't really have a clue, but my guess is maybe she went on. So therefore, the reason at the end the sheriff was putting the food into that locked box is because since it's 6 months in the future, she's figured out a way to communicate with him. But there's something tying her to this other dimension that she is in. Not the upside down, but some random other dimension, like I mentioned earlier. And she's able to communicate, but not necessarily come through. So she's able to come through at like little portals, like her hand. So he puts the food on one of those locked boxes, which is where there was a portal, and therefore that's where she's at. And so the story's going to be trying to figure it out, and Will is going to have communication powers with her, so they're going to be able to Will's going to be in the clinic too, man.
Fascinating.
Poor
That's
Winona
true.
Ryder, she's going to be in trouble.
Oh, she's already in trouble. The fact that he's coughing up slugs and disappearing into the upside down and back. Okay, so I kind of thought of it. It's weak, but here it is. So I think she's not in the upside down, but she's like in the right side over or something.
Oh, well, kind of like
what you said.
Earlier.
Yeah, that was a brilliant theory. So there's no doorways to get in and out of it yet, except that she just got there. Which I'm going to go with your theory, and that's where Will's going to come into play to try to communicate with her and get her to come back. Okay. And I think eventually they'll get her back.
Yeah, of course.
That's also where it's going to be she has to work with Will because Will's powers will be increasing at an exponential rate.
And she'll be able to teach him.
And she will be able to teach him. She will be his Obi-Wan Kenobi. And you know they'll use that reference.
I don't think, well, it is that time period.
It is. The last Star Wars came out in 1983.
And that's when that movie takes place.
And the
new
one,
when the time of Stranger Things take place.
If I understand it correctly, it will be fall 1984.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so...
I like it.
Well, I guess right there is our theories. Now, if you would like to do this, you could go through and hear my questions and things like that and answer them in the comments. Would love to hear from you and love to hear your thoughts on what you think is going to happen in season 2. So let us know in the comments. And when you leave your comment, say spoiler alert. I know this is a spoiler talk, but you know what? It'd be nice to have all caps spoiler alert so that people don't accidentally see some kind of spoiler. So go ahead and leave your comments there. While you're there, hit that subscribe button. Be on top of all the new videos coming out here on Durbania. Hope you like the new graphics, the new intro, and all that stuff. I'm kind of excited about it. And I'm excited about this new shirt. Look at that.
The legend is alive.
Yeah, my wife got it for me for my birthday. Yeah. Best wife ever. Anyway, hit that like button if you like this video. I'm Durbin.
I'm Laura.
Thank you for checking out Durbania.